Hello, welcome back. Today I decided to share a very interesting recipe, and it's peach cookies. I have some of the slides and pictures that I posted on my YouTube, but I never made a recipe to show you how I make them from scratch. They do take a lot of time, and here I have my ingredients for the peach cookies. I have eggs, milk, sugar, flour with baking powder, oil, and my vanilla sugar. You can use vanilla extract. So let's get started. First, what we're gonna do is whisk eggs and sugar. I will put all the amounts in the description below as always. Everyone loves these peach cookies, but they do take a lot of time. It's a long process. So that's one of the reasons I actually didn't show you yet how I make them. Here is the milk. And I will add vanilla sugar. And like I said, you can add vanilla extract as well. And we're gonna mix this together. Then I'm gonna add my oil. I'm adding vegetable oil, and you can use any flavorless oil. And then gently mix the oil with the rest of the ingredients. Just like that. Until it's combined. Here we go. And then I'm gonna add my all-purpose flour with baking powder. Okay, so I remember making these peach cookies long time ago for the first time ever in my life, and I was baking them, and at the moment when I needed to bake for 10 minutes or so, or 20 minutes, I was baking them until they got all brown, and they were hard as a rock. So I'll never forget that. But today we are making the recipe for peach cookies that they are perfectly fine and very delicious. Everyone has their own. So and after we mix this together, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with a clear foil and let it sit in the fridge for 45 minutes to 1 hour, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. I'll see you later. And here we are. After 1 hour, I have my mixture here, and I'm gonna add all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add it gradually and mix it together. And I also have my baking dish with the parchment. My baking dish is 15 by 10. The oven will preheat the oven at 300. I'll put 305. And that's the temperature we're gonna bake the cookies. It's very low temperature. So now we have to mix this until it's nice and thick, so we can create our little cookies. First we mix with a spatula, and then I'll see, we'll probably have to mix it by hand, but I'm gonna try to use spatula as long as I can. And here we go. It's done. You'll have exact amount of flour in description below. And this is how it's supposed to be. Let me show you. So when you take a small amount, it doesn't stick to your hands. There we go. So now we're gonna go ahead and create the cookies. You can use any size you would like. I would say teaspoon per cookie would be great. You can also use your scale. I'm not going to. I will use a teaspoon and create the cookies. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use this is my half a teaspoon, and I will put two together and create a little ball. You just go between your hands and then you make a little dough ball, just like that. And you place it on your baking dish. You have to space them out. You have to space them out a little bit because they will spread. We also put the baking powder. So I'm just rolling in between my hands and it's like a little ball. And you do space them and continue. And what we're gonna do, bake them, and after baking I'll show you the next step. So I would recommend for you to sit down and finish all these cookies. It takes a long time. So I'll see you later. Before baking, I'll show you how they look like. And here we go. There they are. I have 54 little cookies, 54 balls. Once we combine them together, they're gonna make 22 peach cookies. And I have few left here, which I'm gonna put this on the different baking dish. And now this will go in the oven for 20 minutes. And I will see you later once it's baked. And they are baked. After 20 minutes, this is how they're supposed to be. As you see, they have they're baked. This is how you know they're baked. You only have bottom. The top is still white. The bottom is nice and golden brown. And they're done. They just came out of the oven and they're very warm. And now what we have to do, I have my bowl here. I'll show you the next step. You have to use a very sharp paring knife. And let me see how I can show you this from close up. You have to take your knife and very gently you hold the cookie all you hold the cookie as you see, and then you have to take this center out, all the crumbs as much as you can. You don't go all the way to the bottom so you don't break the cookie. There you go. That's how you're supposed to clean every single shell. And we're gonna leave the shells on the baking dish, and you have to work this as soon as they come out of the oven. And then if you can work with them as soon as they come out and they're nice and warm, because later on if your shells cool, they're gonna be breaking once you try to take the crumbs and clean the center of your peach cookie. So that's very important. And then once we clean every single shell, then I'll show you the next step. We have to prepare the filling, fill the peach cookies, and then on the end we have to decorate them. So like I said, it is a very long process. Yeah, that's why when you make these cookies, they are so special. My husband loves these cookies, but I don't make them as often because they do take a long time to make. So I make them occasionally. And also my boys love these cookies as well. There we go. It's super easy. you just continue with all of them, and I'll see you later. Okay, so now that I have all my cookies, as you see, all my shells are nicely clean. I took all the crumbs out. These are my crumbs here, and I'm gonna go with my clean hands and I will make sure that these are so nice and even crumbs, like very nice for filling. You know, as you see, I have these larger pieces and smaller. You can put this in a food processor, but since this is still nice and warm, it just keeps crumbling, so I'm not gonna use food processor. I'm just gonna use my clean hands and make sure I crumble all of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and start with the filling. Today I'm gonna go ahead and use raspberry jam. You know, you can use Nutella, apricot jam, strawberry jam, blueberry, any jam that you prefer or you like. And it's very important that your jam is your filling, I was gonna say your filling is nice and moist, because that's gonna make your peach cookies taste amazing. Okay, so now that I have my crumbs ready, I actually separate a little bit from here. I wanna see, like, I'm gonna use raspberry filling jam, so I wanna see, like, maybe I'll use little bit of Nutella or apricot. So I wanna go ahead and see. And you can also use piping bag, or you can use a small spoon and fill them. And once we fill, then we're gonna decorate them. So here we go. My spoon is a little bit messy, but that's okay. And now I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together until nicely combined. So this is basically what gives your cookies the filling. It's very important, and it has to be nice and moist, and that's what gives your cookies wonderful taste. So here we go. And then I will go ahead and fill and start putting the peach cookies together, and then we will come back and decorate them. So what's important, that you grab the shells that they are equal size and you put them together like that. Let me show you how I fill them, so that way I will not show you every single one, but you take your shell, you have your spoon, and you fill all the way to the top, just like that. And then you take another shell and you fill as well, all the way to the top, and then you put them together very gently. You have to press and put them together just like that. Also, you can go ahead and use with your finger, you can go ahead and wipe off all around, so you don't have that messy, and it looks like that. It's perfect. And then we will put this on our baking dish and continue with every single one. So I would have to sit down and finish the rest of my cookies, and then I'll show you probably how I'm gonna put my Nutella here and continue with filling. And I have more than half cookies done with raspberry. Now I have my Nutella here mixed, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill my rest of my shells just like that. I added about 2.5 tablespoons of Nutella, just like that, and then we'll put them together. Here we go. Just be careful so your cookie doesn't break. If you press too hard, it might crack. And then I will fill rest of these, and this is how much I have left, so that's okay. I don't have many crumbs left. And then I will show you the next step will be decoration. Yay! Almost done with these peach cookies today. And here we go. This is the last decorating point for my cookies. I have plain water and I have granulated sugar here. You'll have everything in description below. I'm gonna add food coloring, 1 to 2 drops of yellow, and mix it. And also in the second one I'm gonna add red, 1 to 2 drops, and mix it as well. There we go. And then I'll show you, I have my plate here as well, and I'll show you how I finish everything. So basically I'm gonna go ahead and take one of the peach cookies. I will dip one side into yellow and then quickly turn around and dip into red. You just keep it very short. You don't keep it too long to get moist or anything like that. You just have to go 1, 2, very quick. And then we have 1, 2, very quick. There we go. And just set them aside and continue with few like that, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna go ahead and or you can do this way too, like half of it and then you do the other side as well. However you prefer, like, you know, you can do one side yellow and the other side into red. Here we go. And now what I'm gonna do, I will show you the first one here. I'm gonna put it into the sugar and just coat all around. But make sure that you have them here sitting few minutes, and then you coat them into the sugar so they do not get so wet. That's very important. And then the sugar will stick so much onto your peach cookie. And then we continue with rolling your peach cookie inside of the granulated sugar, just like that. Here we go. And if you want deeper color, you can go ahead and add more red and more yellow. But like I said, you cannot keep this inside of the colored water, because then you're gonna have your cookies will you know, they're not gonna hold the shape. So you have to work very quickly. I'm gonna add few more drops of red in my bowl, so that way I can have a little bit intense color. Here we go. They look beautiful, as you can see. And then I will continue with every single one like that. So you go into your color and then you let them sit on your parchment, and then after that you dip them in the sugar. Ta-da! They're beautiful. And then definitely I'll show you how they look inside as well. And they're done. After a few hours, they're done. My beautiful peach cookies that I wanted to present to you today. Here they are. These are mostly with the raspberry filling. And then on this second plate, I have the ones with Nutella. They look gorgeous, as you can see. So I have 31 peach cookie, and they are beautiful. I mean, just look at them. They're gonna taste delicious. If you would like to go extra step, you can go ahead and roll green leaves out of fondant. You can use mint leaves and add them on the top so they look like a little peaches. For me, this is definitely enough and presentable. They look beautiful, as you can see, and they're gonna taste delicious. Here is from the close-up. There is a reason why I didn't show them how to make them from scratch, because it does take a lot of patience. Wow, they look gorgeous. So gorgeous. And before we finish this video today, which is very special, these peach cookies, I'm gonna show you one inside and how it looks like. They're all beautiful, and I'm gonna cut across so you can see all the filling inside. Wow. So this is what I mean when I say they are good, soft, and delicious. There we go. Yeah, it's just wonderful. It's right there telling you how good it is. So this would be another beautiful recipe that I wanted to share with you. Peach cookies, very beautiful. They do take a lot of patience. You definitely have to try them. Share them with your family and friends, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. And have a happy new year. I'm planning on to recording one more video, but if this one ends up the one before we start the new 2022, have a happy new year.